Hello,
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. What about you?
It's okay, doing
Okay,
well, trying to
yeah,
survive.
yeah. Sorry
And
for the
this,
delay. I had some connection problem.
it's okay, no problem. We have we had several times technical issues, no problem at all. How is weather? How is life in Italy? You are locked down, you are at home, we are at home. How is life in Italy? Sorry about the losses in Italy.
Yeah, actually, well, thank you, Ali, for your nice words. I would say that today is a very beautiful day. It looks like summer, weather-wise. Generally, the situation is improving. We've been locked down since 8th of March, so it's
Yes,
almost 2 months now. We have the latest news that tells us that starting from 4th of May, it will be possible to do some activities.
oh, very good.
From 18th of May, more activities. And then hopefully, but then it's also up to the figures of month of May. It will be possible also from 1st of May to reopen bars and restaurants, of course, keeping social distance. But
Yeah.
compared to 1 month ago, the situation is much better now.
Much better.
Yeah,
Very good.
definitely.
I hope gets better as well. I think similar situation in Turkey. I think our government is now investigating what they can do. I think step by step they will start to open all the activities with keeping distance, of course, social distance.
Hmm.
I hope life backs to normal because everybody bored being at home and
I know.
life is not going and the business is not going. It's a horrible action. Anyway, let's start with Marangoni then. Could you tell us about Marangoni? What is Marangoni? When it's established? Where is located? I know in several countries you have places.
Yes, of course. Istituto Marangoni is a very famous institution, born in 1935 in the city of Milan, as one of the first fashion school, and now it's an institution with a very good reputation, not only in Italy, but all around Europe and in the world as one of the best fashion school in the world. Not only fashion, because starting from the early 2000, Istituto Marangoni is able to offer design programs and
Yeah.
also arts programs. Istituto Marangoni basically is part of a very big educational group called Galileo Global Education that
Mhm.
has numerous different institutions in the world. And in Italy, our, let's say, sisters, parts of the same group, Galileo, are also NABA and Domus Academy. So today is going to be Istituto Marangoni Day,
Marangoni.
but probably Ali and ATEC will organize something similar for NABA and Domus in the future. You asked about the location. Actually, I said that Marangoni was founded in Milano,
Yep.
but during the years, especially starting from 2004, we went through a very big internationalization,
Yep.
opening in London,
Mhm.
then Paris, then we have Florence, and this
Mhm.
is for Europe. Recently, in 2018, also Istituto Marangoni Miami, and in Asia, there is also Shanghai, Shenzhen, and Mumbai. So being part of Istituto Marangoni is not just being part of the excellence in art, fashion, and design, but also part of a very international experience.
Excellent. So globally, from now on, Marangoni is globally teaching in everywhere.
Yeah. Well,
Excellent.
actually, it's interesting to underline that it's basically places as the fashion capitals, design capitals
Yeah.
that can give more to the students, apart from the fact that we give education, but then the surroundings of the city, it's also important for the experience, for the motivation, for the inspiration.
Yeah.
And especially for the bachelor programs, this being everywhere allows students to have even and more international experience because, for example, somebody can start fashion design in Milan and then finish in London, start in Paris and finish in Milan, start in Florence and finish in Paris. So it's even more interesting as an experience.
So they can have 2 or 3 countries culture and design culture as well.
Yes, that is actually the aim of this is this, because, for example, somebody can decide to study in Milan, which is the capital of prêt-à-porter, but then Paris is more linked to haute couture. London is more linked to street fashion, and also it's a place in which is much easier compared to other cities to build their own startups. So for luxury brand management, fashion buying, fashion promotion, it might be the place to be.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, very good, excellent. How many different programs can students study at Marangoni?
Very many. We have 3 big areas, which is fashion, design, and arts.
Okay.
So we have we have short programs, undergraduate programs, master programs, and also intensive programs lasting 1 year.
1 year program.
Yes, this is the level of education. So short programs, undergraduate, postgraduate, and also career changer. About the different direction in the fashion area, we have fashion design. So how to create a fashion collection, starting from the beginning, from the idea to the realization, all the different steps. Then we have fashion styling, which is more related to image. So how to create an image for a brand, for a person. It's very linked to fashion and design as well. And fashion business, which is related to how to promote and sell fashion.
Yes.
When it comes to design, we have interior design, always in demand, product design, and visual graphic design. So visual design, which is graphic design and communication.
Excellent.
And then we also have arts management or classical art.
You cover almost all the area of art and the fashion.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
very
definitely.
Good. Could you tell us, let's start with the undergraduate. What is the general entry requirement for Turkish student and the fees, and what is the options for the students?
Yes, sure. The general requirement for undergraduates, I'm talking about the program, which is basically 3-year program, and it's almost everywhere with accreditation. So the 3-year program is accredited by the Italian Ministry of Education in Italy, and it's accredited through Manchester Metropolitan University in Paris and in London. So students at the end will get 2 diplomas, at the Istituto Marangoni diplomas, which is already a very good visit card, because most of the time our students, they go and have the interview where our former students are working. So if they have doubt in the students' background, then they would have doubts in their own background. So this is actually, but apart from that, especially for, for families and for those students who want to do the master program, accreditation is an important issue. So we have the accreditation. So in order to enter the 3-year program, undergraduates, we require an high school diploma, then a motivation letter, and then the most important thing is basically the portfolio. The portfolio is made of 6 creative ideas. It can be anything that express the students' motivation and creativity. Suppose that is fashion design, then the students should be able to present a short presentation, PDF or PowerPoint with the creative works. It can be pictures, sketches, mood boards, short videos related to fashion. If it's product design, then it should be related to product design. Most of the students that I meet in Turkey, they have education in atelier, portfolio atelier. And I just have one suggestion for all of them. It's to be more related to the major that they choose. The portfolio atelier gives a very good preparation and touches many aspects of creativity.
Yeah.
So some of these projects can be in the portfolio, but then I always encourage the student to do something which is related to either fashion or design, not just general art. For business program.
Before you start, you
Yeah.
said high school diploma. Is there any academic level for high school diploma minimum GPA?
No, we don't test, we don't require the minimum GPA or other requirements, because for us it's more important the creativity.
Portfolio is much more important.
Portfolio, or for business programs, we have a skill test. Skill test, which is 10 questions with multiple choice, and students can do that instead of the portfolio, because the fashion business does not require a portfolio.
Yeah.
There is actually the minimum number of points related to the YKS, which it should be 180 points in order to be able to get the study visa to study in Italy. But apart from that, we don't require any GPA or average grade.
I see. Okay. What about postgraduate?
Postgraduates is the main requirement is to have a university degree.
In the same relevant area, or in same disciplinary? Could have been different.
It's better if it's the same discipline, because another requirement is the portfolio, and the portfolio can be made only if the discipline is similar to what the student is studying or would like to study. There is only, the difference is that for the undergraduate, it's a creative portfolio that we require. For the master, it's already a professional portfolio. So it should be made of 5 to 10 projects made by the students. And in case the university was in a different discipline, then it's possible to evaluate the student's candidacy if the student has experience, for example, by working or in other courses.
So even if student comes from different discipline, but as long as if they have some experience, internship or work experience, and with a good portfolio covering the 5-6 areas, project areas, then they have a chance as well.
Yes, we can consider that. Usually it should be like at least 2 years of experience.
2 years minimum. Okay, very good. What about short courses? I think,
short courses.
Are you running any short courses for this year? Is there cancellation?
Well, thanks for the question, because it's a very actual topic. Of course, we always have our summer programs. Usually they last 2-3 weeks, and they are everywhere. Florence, Paris, Milan, or London. The summer courses, short programs, they are introductory. So students can come with zero background and start moving the first steps in art, fashion, and design.
Yeah.
We still have them for 2020, but of course we don't know yet if we are going to be able to reopen the schools. Apparently it will be possible in Paris, but we don't know yet in Milan, London, or Florence. So what we did, we recently created a full offer of short courses, online or blended between online and offline. So all our usual offer of offline programs have been switched to online. It means that instead of 2 or 3 weeks, the standard duration of our short courses in 2020 is going to be 4 weeks, and it's going to be online. We want to enrich the students' experience by involving celebrities of the fashion industry to participate in the courses, and try to still give the students the possibility of not losing the time if they wanted to take some short courses this year. There is another option which is blended, which is 2 weeks online and 2 weeks on campus. On campus when is going to be in September. I know that many students already are studying in their countries, in Turkey in September, but we don't know yet if we can open the school before, so we wanted to be, let's say, on the safe side.
I see. Okay, it's not. If you open in September, there is a chance for short courses then.
Yes.
Okay. What about the accommodation options? Do you provide any accommodation, or students should find themselves?
We don't have student dorms at universities. We do have a service, which is our accommodation office. It's basically a partner that helps the students to find an accommodation. Usually, it's a room or a flat that can be found depending on the student's budget and needs near the campus or a little bit further. In London, it's probably easier to find a student's residence because there is a bigger offer compared to Paris and Milan, where the main choice of the students is usually to stay in a flat or in a room. But also in Milan, recently, there have been some openings of students, well, not students, of residencies that can be also offered to our students. Actually, one is really 3 minutes from where I live. It's been opened a few months ago, and it's very good area. It's very clean, neat, and probably 20 minutes from the school in Milan.
What about the prices? Average, I mean, from to from.
For the accommodation.
Accommodation. Then after undergraduate and postgraduate.
I think that for a room in Milano, it will be probably €550 per month, all inclusive, with expenses and internet and so forth, and would be probably €800 and more for a studio, for a flat.
It's very reasonable, actually.
It's very reasonable. Probably in Florence is a little bit cheaper, but in Paris and in London, it's a little bit more expensive.
Of course, it's
Definitely.
London, yeah. Paris and London is one of the expensive cities.
In the world.
Yeah, absolutely. What about the undergraduate and postgraduate fees? We missed that one. Could you?
Yes, the price are a little bit different from area to area. The average cost of the bachelor is around €25,000 per year. The average cost of the master is around €33,000 per year.
Yeah, okay.
And for the short programs, the fee for the 3 weeks online is €3,000, well, 3,100. And for the blended, which is 2 online and 2 offline, it's going to be €4,000.
€4,000, very good.
Yeah, and for all programs, we do have, I see it's 29th of April, so we still have open the competition for scholarships. Until 15th of May, students actually can upload and send us their portfolio, their projects, and the prizes are very interesting because it's either 5,000 of the tuition fee or up to 50% of the tuition fee.
You are very generous, actually. What about the scholarship for undergraduate? Once student get scholarship, is it continued for 3 years or just for first year?
Well, for the time being, it's for 1 year. Then any need of the student can be discussed directly with the direction of the campus when the student is already studying.
I see. Depends of their success, maybe. Do you have? What about the placement and career options? What do you offer to the student?
We have some programs who already have placement during the studies, and I'm referring to the 3-year program in Milano that has in fashion design, interior, visual, and product design. A compulsory internship lasting 2.5 months during the 3rd year of education. Then in the master program in Paris and London, we have the same internship compulsory for all students. It means that it's Istituto Marangoni that finds the internship for the students.
I see.
And then in all campuses, regardless of the level of study, the career service tries to link the students to companies for an additional internship or for a job opportunity. We have one campus in Florence that, thanks to the regional accreditation of Regione Toscana, so Tuscany region, all programs, including the one-year intensive, have the internship that is to be found by the Istituto Marangoni.
Oh, excellent. When you say internship, could you give us some names? Because I know Marangoni is very famous in the fashion area. I know Dolce Gabbana graduate from Marangoni. Do you have any internship like this Dolce Gabbana company?
Yeah, actually, it's Domenico Dolce that studied at Marangoni, as well as Franco Moschino. And nowadays, the brand ambassador of our schools are Anna Dello Russo, which is one of the most important stylists in the world. Is the brand ambassador for the fashion area. Ermanno Cervino as well, and for the design area is Giulio Cappellini, the famous architect and designer and entrepreneur Giulio Cappellini. So this can be, for example, some of the names of companies where the students have their internship. But we recently, last year, actually we had the open day in November or December, and we had some students who basically alumni who studied 2 or 3 years ago, and they came to speak with the audience, and some of them, they've been working in Prada or Armani. It's big names, but again, what we give is the opportunity to be prepared for the industry. Then the student must consider that it's a dream that can come true, but they must study really, really hard.
Okay, very good. By the way, I will make a Turkish announcement. Sevgili takipçiler, sorularınız varsa yazabilirsiniz. Daima sorularınızın hepsini cevaplamaya çalışırız. Damiano ile birlikte. Okay, what about the September 2020? Is there any plan for September 2020? Are you going to open the physical education, or do you plan the online education then after physical education? Could you give us a little bit information about that?
Sure. Nowadays, basically, we make decision every 2 weeks, because it's almost every 2 weeks that we receive the news from the ministry. Yes. So this is the reason why we wanted to be on the safe side for the short programs, and we decided to already have the offer online. Yeah. All our students now, those who started in October 2019 and February 2020, they are studying online. And when we will be able to reopen the schools, students will be able to come back to schools and take the practice that probably are missing now. When it comes to the new intake, so those students who are interested in starting in September, our intake starts on 28th of September. We have recently changed our terms and conditions. So we are planning our programs to start regularly. But we cannot foresee what happens in 2 or 3 months. Yeah. So we gave the opportunity to the students who decide to enroll by 15th of June to have 2 opportunities. Either postpone the intake to the next available starting, which is February 2021, or to have the full refund of the enrollment and tuition fee in case Istituto Marangoni will not be able to do the program, even partially, offline.
I see.
So basically, we are planning to start, but in case we must switch even partially to online, students who apply by 15th of June can decide to have the refund or postpone to February.
Excellent. Very good actions. Actually, we have one question. It's quite a good question. Your undergraduate programs, is it similar or same with the other countries like London, Paris, Milan, and France? Are they running same programs? So when they switch the countries, do they struggle?
Yes, I mean they don't struggle in terms of plan of study because the program has been made this way to make the students able to change from one campus to another campus. It's possible that there are like some challenges because it's a new city, it's maybe a new language, it's a new atmosphere, it's a new classmates, but this is, you know, easy to cope up with. For the program, it's basically the same and the same level of teaching. So of course teachers change, but the level of professional that we have in all schools does not change.
Doesn't change. Only cultural change, maybe a difference from country to country. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Final question. Just one before final, actually. Is there any change with your IELTS requirement because of COVID? Many students can't take IELTS. So, is there any updates for the students?
Yes, let me just take one message. I had the discussion with the London campus this week, and for the time being, we are accepting IELTS indicator, and as well as password English language testing.
Excellent. Okay.
We had quite a few requests about Duolingo. And for Duolingo, then we must receive the students' transcripts and certificate, and we will actually consider it on a case-by-case basis.
I see. Okay,
so for the
good.
moment is IELTS indicator, password English language test, and Duolingo on a case-by-case basis.
Excellent. Actually, one of our students asked a question, but you already respond. Any students started with London campus can switch to the Milano campus? Yes, they can for undergraduate,
yes,
not
it's
postgraduate.
Possible. For postgraduate, actually, we will have, we launched this opportunity between London and Paris in 2020. Also for the master on 2 programs, which is actually fashion, luxury, brand management, and promotion. It was possible to do the first 2 terms, so 6 months in one city, let's say London, and then do the last one in Paris.
London and Paris, not
London
Milan.
and Paris because they have the same accreditation through Manchester Metropolitan University.
Yes.
For the London or then continue to Milano, it's possible. Students must just be careful with the programs because, for example, design is offered only in Milano and London, so it's possible to change, but it's not offered, for example, in Florence. Fashion design is offered in all our campuses, so it's very much possible to change from London to Milano.
So students should ask us what they want to do, and we can give them what options they have.
Exactly.
Then after student choose to study where or what they want to do. Excellent, very good. Thank you very much. Finally, what would you recommend to our students?
To do now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, actually, first of all, I always tell students to follow their passion, to be motivated, because having a dream to become someone in the fashion, art, and design area, it's very good, but you need really to study and work hard to make that dream come true. I already spoke a little bit about that at the beginning, but I think it's always good to remind it that the portfolio is very important. It's fundamental, and in Turkey there is a very big culture of portfolio preparation. When you do that, you know, be brave enough to put some fashion, design, or art-related works in your existing portfolio. Last thing is, of course, about the current situation. The thing that I can recommend, and being Italian, and with being one of the first and badly hit nation in the world, so you know, stay safe, follow the rules, because if everyone follows the rules, then we will get out of this together sooner and probably stronger than before.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% I agree with you. This is the only way to get rid of this situation. Otherwise, we will struggle longer and longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will be a problem. Damiano, thank you very much. It was a pleasure to talk to you. It was very good information we get from you. I hope students get as well. Thank you very much once more for attendance and giving us all that information. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Have a good day to you.
Okay, thank you, Ali. Thanks for this great opportunity. Thanks to all of you that follow this live streaming. And, thank you very much. Have a nice evening and stay safe.
Stay safe.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao.